الله بكل شيء عليم. ولئن سألتهم من نزل من السماء ماء فأحيا به الأرض من بعد موتها يقولن الله. قل الحمد لله. قل الحمد لله. قل الحمد لله بل أكثرهم لا يعقلون. الله يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء من عباده ويقدر له. إن الله بكل شيء عليم. ولئن سألتهم من نزل من السماء ماء ولئن سألتهم من نزل من السماء ماء فأحيا به الأرض من بعد موتها ليقولن الله. قل الحمد لله بل أكثرهم لا يعقلون. صدق الله العظيم. الفاتحة.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
إن الحمد لله نحمده تعالى ونستهديه ونسترضيه ونستغفره، ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. إنه من يهده الله فلا مضل له، ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن سيدنا وعظيمنا وقائدنا وقدوتنا ومعلمنا ومخرجنا من الظلمات إلى النور محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم طب القلوب ودواؤها، وعافية الأبدان وشفاؤها، ونور الأبصار وضياؤها. أرسله الله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله، فاللهم اجزه عنا خير ما جزيت به نبيا عن أمته، ورسولا عن دعوته ورسالته. اللهم واسقنا من يده الشريفة شربة هنيئة لا نظمأ بعدها أبدا. اللهم آمين اللهم آمين اللهم آمين. وبعد, brothers and sisters, or let me say fathers and mothers, parents, those who had the blessing of Allah of having children. It's part of our nature that we love to have children, as Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned in Surah Ali Imran. زين للناس حب الشهوات من النساء والبنين والقناطير المقنطرة. Allah Azza wa Jal created us having this desire of loving the women and the children, the gold, the silver, the horses, the lands. But the second thing Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned of these things that Allah Azza wa Jal created us loving it is to love to have children. Brothers and sisters, actually this is a very big blessing from Allah Azza wa Jal, but in the same time it's something Allah will ask us about. So in the two ways, it's kind of a good thing and it's a big responsibility. It's a good chance for you to have your seeds and to see them growing up in the way you like, sometimes to live a better life than the one you did. But we have to be very careful regarding raising our kids. That's because knowing the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he said, ما من مولود إلا يولد على الفطرة فأبواه يهودانه أو ينصرانه أو يمجسانه كما تنتج البهيمة بهيمة عجماء هل تحسون فيها من جدعاء. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, as Abu Hurairah reported, no baby is born but Abu Fitra. It's his parents who make him either go right or left, or extremely right or extremely left. They either make him Muslim, they either leave him as a Muslim on his fitrah. He might be like, after having them, they direct him to be Jew, or direct him to be Christian, or whatever religion, but he is on fitrah. So Allah left you something, it's a blessing thing, but Allah told you your job is to keep it as it is, to increase the good things in it, the things that Allah created this thing with. All babies are on fitrah. They are Muslims. That's why Allah will ask you, did you do your job the right way? Did you keep him Muslim? And if yes, have you tried making him a better Muslim? Did you teach him Islam? And if yes, what kind of Islam you taught him? Did he get a chance to learn before teaching him? All of these questions you are going to be asked. So as a Muslim, I have to put the seeds of Aqeedah, of the correct Aqeedah, in his heart or in her heart. I have to put the seeds of Iman in his or her heart. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ told us that we have to command the kids to pray when they are 7. And we have to punish them if they don't pray when they are 10. So commanding them is something, and what we are doing is something else. Unfortunately, brothers and sisters, nowadays what we do is we leave our kids. We just leave them. He's still a baby. He's 2. So you don't talk with him about Islam or Quran or anything, or his prophet. You don't get him tied or attached to his history, to the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. No, because he's still a baby. He's 3 years old. He's still a baby. We have some 7 years old babies, not right? He will be 7 or she will be 7, and their parents, they're considering them just babies, and they don't talk with them about anything. They don't send them to Islamic schools. They don't bring them teachers. It's like they think that their job is to feed them. Brothers and sisters, I'm sorry to tell you, this is the job of the animals. Allah created the animals. They do nothing but feeding their kids until they grow up, and that's it. Some animals, they teach their kids how to survive, how not to be attacked, how to hide. This is part of our job. This is just a part. If I can say, this is the smallest part in our job. But Allah Azza wa Jal created this human being having a father or a mother to teach him or her, to raise him up the right way. That's why we have to have good aqeedah in their hearts, good iman, correct understanding of the Quran, knowledge about our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about our history, about the language of the Quran, memorizing, having some Quran in their chests, encouraging them to do salah, to do siyam, to do something. But if you think, brother or sister, that you're feeding your kid and this is just your job, you're working hard to feed them or to make them just happy in this dunya, you gotta think twice about it. Because you are missing a big part of your job, if your duty, that's something Allah will ask you about. We are following up with them in their study. Hey kid, what did you do in the school today? What did you study? What did you learn? Did you do your homework? Did you practice swimming? Did you eat well? Did you take your vitamins? It's like we're training them all the time how to survive, eat well, be healthy, and that's it. That's it. Definitely, this is not our job. But putting them on the hidayah, on the sirat mustaqim way, and somehow to teach them, if I'm not able to teach them myself, to bring them a teacher, or to bring them someone to raise them up, as we say, murabbi. And we keep following up. We spend money on this. We spend time on this. If I'm having 2 jobs to feed them better and better, have 1 job, feed them nicely and teach them. Be with them. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to teach the kids, the little ones. As Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu narrated, he said, one day I was riding behind the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said, oh son, okay, I'm teaching you words. احفظ الله يحفظك احفظ الله تجده تجاهك إذا سألت فاسأل الله. Keep commit to the rights of Allah. Know what you have to do and what you have to leave. Teaching him the iman things. When you keep Allah in your head, when you remember Allah all the time, Allah will remember you. When you seek Allah protection, Allah will protect you. This is what Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was just teaching to like an 8 or 9 years old kid. You have to keep Allah in your heart. And you have to know that the ink is dried up. And he was teaching him about the qadr, how to believe, the correct beliefs. This is our job. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, all of you are shepherds. This is a very well-known hadith. Most of us know this hadith. But you know when? When fighting with the wife. Right? So we skip the first part, we jump to the second or the third part. Or she skips the first part and she jumps to the second part. When Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, all of you are shepherds, and each of you is responsible for his flock. A man is the shepherd of the people of his house, and he is responsible. A woman is the shepherd of the house of her husband, and she is responsible. Each of you is shepherd, and Allah will ask each of us, what did you do? Did you do your duties, your job, the right way? Or you kept just feeding your kids nicely and giving them good life? I'm not saying just let them die, or let them be unhealthy, or let them just eat anything, or make them poor. No. Allah created us with the ability of the 2 jobs. To feed, to raise them nicely, and to have them a good health life, and also to give them the iman. Wallahi, brothers and sisters, I'm not sure. Do we have the correct beliefs and iman and akhlaq and aqeedah? And the problem is just we are not giving them it, or we need to gain it first, then to give it to them. Each of us knows himself. If you know yourself, like you need to gain some knowledge to give. So go and get it and give it to them. If you think it's too late for you to learn, bring them someone to teach. Put them in some places where they will learn from the others. The thing, unfortunately, brothers and sisters, that we leave them, we say they are just babies. Until you will have a 20 years old baby And we commit another big sin, another big mistake. When they grew up, we start judging them. Can you imagine that? We start fighting with them when they are 20 or 17 or 15. Son, why are you not praying? He talks to his daughter, why are you not wearing hijab? Why? You didn't even teach her anything about hijab, how to cover herself. You didn't put her in this environment where she sees people wearing hijab around her. After she is 16, you're asking her to wear hijab, and you're expecting her to listen to you? Brothers and sisters, we are actually competing with the desires of our sons or daughters. These desires are going to be babies with them when they are babies. Still, there is a way to control it, to raise it in a nice way, to put it in its nice place, in its correct place. Still, we have a chance when they are little to teach them what they need to learn. It's like you're building a fence around their soul. You're not just arresting them or putting them in a jail. No. By the time it's going, you are building something around their desires. This thing is akhlaq. This thing is the correct belief. When they believe in Allah the right way, the way that Allah likes, the way that Allah commanded us to, they will be somehow protected. Because to be honest, and most of you even know this more than me, when our kids are teenagers, and actually I don't like this expression of teenagers, we're just treating them like they are, young men, or they are irresponsible men or women, somehow. Because in Islam, it's either you are a kid, or you are responsible of something. After the bulugh, when he or she reaches the time when Allah will ask them, then he is considered to be a man and she is considered to be a woman. What we do is, we just leave them with no protection, with no teachings, with nothing. And then later on, we oppress them by asking them, why you are not doing this? Why are you messing around with these kids? Why are you doing this? Why are you going this place? Why are you losing your deen? What kind of deen she's gonna lose? We have nothing but just, okay, my parents are Muslims or somehow. These kids raised in houses when they hear the adhan, nothing changed. It's even like when they hear the phone is ringing, it's more important than hearing the adhan. A little kid, 6 years old kid or 5 years old kid, watching his father, watching his mother, they hear the adhan, they are eating, they do not stop, they do not say anything, they do not even repeat, they don't get up or pray, they don't do anything. What you are expecting from a kid like this, raised in this way? So it's a kind of oppression when you judge him, when you ask him why. So brothers and sisters, it's never too late. It's never too late. If there's a job we have to do, we have to do. Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah says something beautiful about this. He said, إن الله سبحانه يسأل الوالد عن ولده يوم القيامة قبل أن يسأل الولد عن ولده. In the day of the judgment, Allah will ask the father or the parents about their kids even before asking the kids about their parents. And it's logic. Just think about it. Who is the adult? You or him or her? You. And you had him like child for 12, 13, or 14 years. Allah gave you the control over him somehow. The loving. Allah gave you the tools. Allah gave you a house or an apartment or a place where you all can gather, learn, pray, supplicate, do any kind of good things. But you miss all of these chances and you think Allah will ask him first on the day of the judgment why he was treating your parents badly. So Ibn Qayyim is saying, there is a right for the father over his kids. They do have right over him. Whoever ignores their rights in this dunya and they leave him to get lost, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned something very beautiful. I'm sorry, that's Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu. When he said, Abdullah ibn Dinar, he said, I went somewhere with Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu. I just want you to imagine this. He said, خرجت مع ابن عمر رضي الله عنهما إلى مكة. They went to Mecca. Then they camped somewhere next to a mountain. Then they saw a man having some sheep and he's walking. Shepherd. Ibn Umar called him. He said, are you a shepherd? Ara'in? You're a shepherd? He said, yes. Ibn Umar ibn Khattab, Ibn Umar, Abdullah ibn Umar ibn Khattab wanted to test this young man. He said to him, sell me one of these sheep or goats. He said, they're not mine. I'm just a slave. I'm just working on them. My master is home. Then Ibn Umar wanted to test him. He said, okay, tell him, you sell me this goat and tell your master, the wolf ate it. Attacked me and he ate it, the wolf. Then the young man said to him, فَأَيْنَ اللَّهِ? Then where is Allah? You know where is Allah? Allah is in his heart. He's a slave. He's a slave. But Allah is in his heart. He's watching Allah all the time. He cannot commit such a mistake. He's just a slave. And he knows things happen. Wolves attack the goats all the time. His master should believe him. But there's something inside him prevents him from doing something stupid or bad. Then Ibn Umar kept crying and saying, فَأَيْنَ اللَّهِ فَأَيْنَ اللَّهِ. Later on, Ibn Umar loads this slave and he frees him. نسأل الله العظيم رب العرش العظيم أن يغفر لنا ذنوبنا أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. الحمد لله وكفى وصلاة وسلاما على عباده الذين اصطفى. Why we should raise them the way Allah commanded us to? It's not just because of them. Another reason is you're building something for yourself. Understanding this from the saying of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ when he said, when a person dies, there are three things, only three things from his deeds can follow him or her. If he or she, they have lived some knowledge, something useful people are learning from, or they have left sadaqah jariyah that increases their deeds, their good deeds, and their darajat even when they stop, or a good boy or a good son or daughter to make dua to them. Imagine that, brother or sister. Imagine that you did it the right way, the smart way. Let's say the smart way. You are going to be happy in this dunya because you are seeing your kids on the right path, right? And at the same time, later on, when you leave this dunya, you will be sure that something behind you gives you hasanat all the time. You'll say, Allah, Allahumma baghfir li abi. Oh Allah, forgive my parents. Oh Allah. So you will gain a lot of hasanat. Especially that most of us, we don't leave knowledge behind because most of us are just regular people. And we do not leave sadaqat jariyah because most of us are not rich, right? So what if the only thing we all are able to do, or most of us are able to do, is to leave a good son, or to leave a good daughter, to receive their du'as all the time. نسأل الله العظيم رب العرش العظيم أن يغفر لنا ما قدمنا وما أخرنا وما أسررنا وما أعلنا وما هو أعلم به منا، هو المقدم وهو المؤخر وهو على كل شيء قدير. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات، المؤمنين والمؤمنات، الأحياء منهم والأموات، إنك يا ربنا سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات يا رب العالمين. أقول ما تسمعون وأقم الصلاة إن الصلاة كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا.
الله أكبر الله أكبر، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح، قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.